Hello my lovelies, I thought it was about time for an all signs check-in, so I'm going to go through each of the star signs, spend about 5-10 minutes on each sign and just see what comes up. It could pertain to anything, we will see. I'm going to start with fire signs. Anyway, it'll all be time stamped, my lovelies. You'll be able to see it in the description. Hope you're all doing alright. Yes, I'm in my coat. It's freezing. The heating has just come on, so I might take it off at some point. It's collective energy that I'm pulling on, okay? So not every single message that comes through is necessarily going to be for you. Check out loads of your different placements, you know, build a picture. I've just been watching a Cancer reading on another channel, and it was just beautiful and lovely. I've only got Cancer in my North Node, to be fair. I'd say only. To me, that is quite a significant placement, especially when you're my age. Because you've got your South Node and your North Node, and like, I do feel like, okay, I'm 40, right? I do feel you kind of move more towards your North Node. When you kind of get to my age. Anyway, I'm being very indulgent and chatting shit about myself. Let's get some cards for Sag. But yeah, I don't know, maybe check out your North Node. If you don't know what your birth chart is, by the way, there's loads of places online you can get it done. Just Google it. They're alright. If you want to know your rising, you will need to know your time of birth. Sagittarius. What's going on with Sagittarius, please? Four of Swords wants to turn. The Magician. The Four of Swords reversed. Coming out of an energy of healing. Probably coming out of an energy of healing after a breakup, I'll be honest. Two of Swords reversed. Yes, you see, I'm already too hot. I told you this would happen. Two of Cups reversed is coming across as a breakup to me here, hence the need for healing, but I feel that's an energy that you're coming out of, the Four of Swords being in reverse and moving more into manifestation mode. So this healing has allowed you to really think about what you want for yourself. For yourself. Let's just clarify that Magician. Tell me more about what Sagittarius wants. Huh, you want a new beginning. Tell me more about the new beginning, please. New beginning. Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Pentacles is a very individual energy. I think you're quite happy to be single at the moment. The Sagittarius I'm looking at, it might not be a relationship breakup, it could be leaving a job, but it's that individual energy whereby you're quite happy to be in that period of single or in between jobs or even on holiday, something like that. Just happy to be in that individual energy and really sort out in your own head what you want. And it's kind of like you've got this creative spark, and sure, you are taking the right action, because manifestation, the Magician, is also about taking the right action. It's a great balance, actually. It's like you're taking the action, but and then you're like, well, I've done it. I've put it out there, and the universe will pick it up as the universe picks it up. It will roll as it rolls. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. The Magician and the Wheel of Fortune together like this, I love it. It's that perfect balance between taking action and kind of giving stuff over to the universe that you've put out there to kind of do. Take it what I've got to give out there. You know, like releasing music or something, or painting a painting and putting it up in a local shop for sale. It's like, right, well, I've done it now, what will happen will happen. And just kind of leaving it and letting it be. That sort of thing. Hope that makes sense to you, Sagittarius. I'm going to move on to Aries now, my lovelies. Right, let's get you some cards. Aries. Give these a bit of a shuffle, get rid of all that Sagittarian energy. I say that, but I know all the same cards will come out for half the readings. Like, across the collective, it's always... the themes are always so similar. It's just the way it is. Like, it makes sense, really. It's just that the different signs kind of see it from different angles. Right, Aries, please. Aries, thank you. What have we got for you, Aries? A reverse page of wands. What's that? Queen of Pentacles? No, Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to get more before I open my mouth. Two of Swords. Yeah, okay. As soon as I saw that page of wands, my feeling was holding back on communication, and then I was like, really though, maybe we're just dealing with someone else's energy, but no. And then yeah, you don't need to know my entire thought process. It's not helpful, or is it? I don't know. You're trying to make a decision about whether to reach out and communicate with someone, Aries. You're torn. You're very torn. It's like, yeah, you've been holding back for some time. I feel you've been holding back for some time. It's almost like you're moving out of that energy of holding back and into possibly sending out a little page, sending out just a little bit of communication, just a little text or something neutral, something small talkish. You've been contemplating it for a long time. Do you want to? I'll pull a card to see what would happen if you did it. But you know, just what energy might surround that communication if you did it. I can do that, but yeah. A reverse Queen of Wands. Is coming through to me as a lack of confidence. You might need to build your own confidence up. You might need to build confidence up in another person. It's almost like the energy between you isn't very confident. It feels very tentative. Sorry, she just fell and dug her claws into it. It feels very tentative, and this is the reason for the tentativeness. It's this. There's just a lack of confidence surrounding this whole idea of communication. The person you are thinking about communicating to, that energy between you, it just feels not very confident. Like each of you doesn't have that much confidence in the energy between you, whatever that may be. Get one more card for you. God, yeah. You've really been contemplating this. You've really been longing over this. And I feel like you're really just hoping they're going to communicate with you here. There's a lot of sadness between you. A sense of loss. A sense of longing. I'm not feeling that they're coming towards you to communicate. In all honesty, I think they're possibly quite shut down at the moment. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like they'd appreciate communication from you, in all honesty. I don't think it would be received badly. I just think there's just a sense that it would be received with not much confidence somehow. I don't know if there's been a break in communication between you for some reason. I think it's knocked a sense of confidence in the relationship, a sense of trust perhaps in you, in the relationship. I don't know. I don't know. This is only a 5-minute reading, so I'm going to leave it there. But I can see you've been contemplating this for a long time. I don't think it would go unappreciated, but it all feels very tentative. Yeah, okay, moving on to Leo now. Leo. Leo, please. A reversed King of Cups, an Eight of Wands, a Ten of Cups. Why is this King of Cups in reverse, please? Because you're broken-hearted. You're broken-hearted, Leo. That's why your King of Cups energy is in reverse. You had this last time. I did one of these quick readings for you. Leos and their broken hearts, eh? Eight of Wands is communication. I don't know why it's here. Is it something you desire? Some sort of fantasy going on in your head anyway. 11:11 on the clock, for fuck's sake. Some sort of fantasy in your head. What about that fantasy? What about that fantasy? That's you. I say fantasy, but it doesn't feel unrealistic. And I'd call it. If I thought it was unrealistic, I'd tell you straight up. I tell people that all the time. It would just take a lot to get there. It would take a lot to get there, but then there's a feeling of bliss that would be worth it. Wheel of Fortune reversed. And yet, it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. That's what I hear when I see this card. It's not meant to be. And yet, this energy says otherwise. It does. And there's the idea here of you moving towards it with the Eight of Wands. It's communication, movement towards the Ten of Cups. That's how the cards have come out. But no one in a reverse King of Cups energy can make that communication. That's why it's a fantasy. That's why it's a fantasy. And it's a safe fantasy. It's a safe fantasy because a reverse King of Cups can't take that sort of action. You just don't take that sort of action when you're in a reverse King of Cups energy. Reverse King of Cups energy is pulling your cup away from someone, pulling your emotions away from someone, pulling your love away from someone due to heartbreak in this instance. But the fantasy's still there with someone. I don't know. And I keep coming back to the fact that it doesn't feel unrealistic. I mean, it does to you. It does to you in the reverse Wheel of Fortune. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. Whatever's you. You see, this is fated. When it's upright, it's a feeling of this is fated. In the reverse, it's like, well, this isn't meant to be. I was going to say something and I've forgotten. Yes, I was going to say something that a tarot reader probably shouldn't say, which is fate. You get a Ten of Cups because you've made it happen. You don't get a Ten of Cups because fate has decided it's happened. And I'm not pushing fate out the window completely, or the idea that there's a benevolent universe out there guiding us and shit like that. I'm not. But free will is a thing. You see, this is the thing with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands can be messages coming in from the universe, but sometimes if you pin everything on messages from the universe, you forget you have free will. And that's often the message when the Wheel of Fortune comes out in reverse as well. Too much reliance on free will. What will be, will be. It'll happen one day. No, it won't unless you take action. There you have it, Leo. I'm going to move on to Virgo now. Let's see what we've got for my Virgos. How you doing, Virgos? Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. I love all that. Well, I love your comments. The likes and shares and subscribes, well, the algorithm loves that, I guess. All right, Virgo, what have we got for you, my loves? What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? What have we got for Virgos, please? What have we got for Virgos, please? Virgo, please. What can you tell me for Virgos, please? Thank you. Five of Swords. Issues around sabotaging here. What has Virgo sabotaged? Virgo sabotage something. What has Virgo sabotaged? Nine of Wands. That more tells me why you sabotaged it. Which is a sort of defensiveness. Past wounding coming to the surface. Past wounding coming to the surface is absolutely what puts you in that energy of sabotaging stuff that's good. Self-sabotage, or it's not really feeling like self-sabotage as such. But this is acting from a place of being triggered by past wounds, which often isn't the best energy to make decisions in. So towards what's got sabotage, King of Pentacles. That could be yourself, to be fair. Your own sense of safety and security in your environment, your own abundance. Your own abundance. I'm very much drawn to what this King's wearing, which appears to be covered in grapes, which is that sense of abundance. So you had the possibility of abundance in some area of life, but you've sabotaged it here. Tell me more about this abundance. What does this abundance pertain to? I knew it. I knew that was going to come out. I just knew that was going to come out. Two of Cups. It's just a pure, beautiful exchange of love, reciprocal between you and someone else. To some degree, you've taken some sort of action to sabotage that due to your past wounding. And it could have been, it feels like it could have been abundant, and somehow you took self-sabotaging action. These are only very brief readings. I will just get a quick card. Advice card. Let's say an advice card for Virgo, please. Thank you. Or two. Knight of Wands, communication. Four of Cups, reversed. Advice. Literally put, communicate your disappointment. Communicate your disappointment. To who? I don't know. To who? To who? Possibly to yourself. The Star reversed. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. In Aquarius season, which is January coming up, there's the idea here of possibly communicating that disappointment in yourself in Aquarius season. That might be something you're considering doing. The Knight of Wands, can the Knight of Wands hold off till Aquarius season? Can he? I don't know. I don't feel that the advice is to communicate it to the other person who's holding a cup here for you, though. I just don't. I think it's about communicating it to yourself or something. Eight of Swords energy. I tell you what, when you're in Eight of Swords energy, there's not all that much to be gained by communicating with that other person. Hence the holding back. Yeah. This really, the whole thing of this is just to prompt your own thoughts, okay, and not really to tell you what to do. I don't like telling people what to do. 2 4s, January, February, March, April may be important to you in this next year. Yeah, it's about being honest with yourself. That's the only way you get out of this Eight of Swords energy. You can't get out. I mean, yes, eventually communication with this other person, I don't know, but it's a hold back on that for now is the way it's coming through. because you have to get yourself out of this stuck energy really in order to be able to say anything of any use. Okay, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there for you. Taurus is up next. Taurus, how are you doing? Please feel free to like, share, subscribe if you like the channel, like the readings. It does help the channel grow. Feel free to comment as well, just because I bloody love your comments. Taurus. Reversed Hermit, 5 of Pentacles. There's a feeling of putting yourself out in the cold here. A withdrawal, a shutdown, whereby you're shutting people out. I feel like you're shutting people out here. When the Hermit comes out in reverse, it's often a sort of withdrawal that's not something that's intentional and deliberate, not something that you've considered. It's a more of a response that starts in your body and is out of your control, a sort of trauma response. So I just feel like I'm looking at a Taurus that's very withdrawn. 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's just a lack of clarity here. There's a lack of clarity, and you're not seeing something about a situation. You've withdrawn, or because you've withdrawn, perhaps you're not seeing something about a situation. How can Taurus get clarity, please? How can Taurus get clarity? Page of Swords. Communication. Communication with who, please? Communication with death. Communication with a Scorpio, literally, for some of you. A situation that ended. Resistance to transformation. There's a resistance to end a there's a resistance here to end a situation. I saw this in your Celtic Cross reading I've just done. Although I felt there was more clarity in that reading. So if you're looking for clarity, you might find something in that reading. Well, there was clarity about what you wanted to do. There just wasn't clarity about how to do it. And that's what's causing the resistance to the research. That's what's causing the resistance to the ending, not knowing how to bring about the ending. So the Page of Swords here actually is that energy of researching the things that you need to research in actually quite an intellectual manner, and I think that's likely to give you the clarity that you're after. It can be quite hard to keep a level head when we are researching things, when we find ourselves in this shutdown energy, though. So I just have a card for Taurus to maybe help them out of this shutdown energy or anything around that. The World, it's resistance to an ending yet again. So it's even the this situation you're in that you're wanting to end is sort of putting you in this shutdown energy. It feels like a bit of a catch-22, but I'm drawn over and over again to the Page of Swords, which is it's saying do your research, Taurus. It's saying do your research. I hope that helps. They're very brief, these readings. I don't know. I find it hard to do brief readings, but some people seem to find them helpful. And anyway, it's all about just prompting your own thoughts, not about me telling you what to do. Right, Capricorn, my loves. I've just done a Celtic Cross reading for you. It was crazy. It was crazy beautiful. Ace of Wands reversed. Passionate spark, but slight resistance to it. Justice has come out reversed. Well, it hasn't come out though. That's the point. It's just turned. I will note that that's there, but I'm not going to take it because it's not fallen. Yes. What? Yes. As one thing ends, another thing begins. However, I see a slight resistance to this process. Slight resistance. It's hard to view it as full resistance when we've got the Magician. because the Magician makes shit happen. And the Magician knows that he has all the right resources in order to make shit happen. Yes. I'm going to start singing at you again. I started singing at you in your full Celtic Cross reading that I put up, well, probably yesterday by the time I put this reading out. Saturday, anyway. Yeah. If you are starting up something with someone again, definitely check out your full Celtic Cross reading. A very similar energy is coming through here. In your Celtic Cross reading, in the outcome, we had the Fool and the World, which is the most beautiful, beautiful combination. But this is as good as, to be honest, like an Ace of Wands, new start, and the World, something ending, something beginning. I'm seeing more resistance here to it than I was in your Celtic Cross reading, but there was some trepidation in that reading as well, so definitely worth exploring that in your longer reading. Why the resistance? Why the resistance for Capricorn? Yes, yes. Because this situation that you are looking to re-enter into has previously caused you pain. I honestly believe you can deal with this as long as you don't brush it under the carpet like under a Wheel of Fortune. Yes, and as long as you don't go too fast. As long as you don't go too fast and get caught up in the flow, which sometimes can cause you to brush things under the carpet, like brushing your own pain under the carpet. As long as this pain comes to the surface and is discussed and is healed, I truly believe you can move forward with this, whatever this new thing is to you, which for a lot of you I think is revisiting something old, revisiting a past connection in some way, or even a past job or something like that. It is romantic for a lot of you, because in your Celtic Cross reading I just kept getting kisses. It was the funniest thing. But you have the resources to deal with this. I truly believe you have the resources to deal with it, the resources to heal this pain and to pace the future of this connection correctly for you. All right, I'm going to leave it there for you, Capricorn. Let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, my loves. I'm halfway through and I'm wishing I'd brought some chocolate up with me. Feel free to like, share and subscribe, Aquarius, okay, if you like the readings and all that jazz. It helps the algorithms and it's just nice for me as a reader, especially your comments. I love your comments. Thank you for the lovely comments since I've started the channel back up again. Aquarius, the reverse King of Cups. You and Leo are in this reverse King of Cups energy. You have withdrawn your cup of love. You have emotionally detached from someone or something. Check out the Leo reading if you've got any Leo placements, if you haven't already. And please just use these cards to prompt your own thoughts and instincts and intuition, okay? Don't take it as some hard and fast prediction or advice. Reverse Ten of Cups, yes. Ten of Swords, sorry. Something ended. It was painful. You have emotionally withdrawn. What else for Aquarius, please? What else for Aquarius? Ah, nice. Nice. You're healing, simply put. And you're being very... This came out in reverse. When the Strength comes out in reverse, it's self-compassion. I feel like you've been very compassionate towards yourself. Which is good, because you need to be, because this is fucking painful. There's just a word of caution here in emotionally detaching from this situation and this person. Try not to emotionally detach from yourself. You need to be in contact with yourself and your own feelings in order to heal. This healing energy, the Star is quite a slow energy, but it's the real deal, like the real healing deal. It can take time and it can require a lot of patience. Okay, can we just have a bit more information on what situation might have ended here for Aquarius? Reverse King of Wands. Okay, so the reverse King of Wands to me is coming through quite a lot as somebody who does not act in accordance with their own feelings. Sometimes it's actions and words not lining up, but a lot of the time it's actions and feelings not lining up. Okay? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That's not my door, surely. I don't think it was. I've got 2 reversed kings. I'm just slightly worried that someone here is losing contact with themselves a bit, so which I've already said that message, but anyway. I mean, it does more feel like someone else's energy, this King of Wands energy, but I do think there's the chance of you too, Aquarius, not acting in accordance with your own feelings. Which is a funny one, isn't it? Because it can feel rash to do that, to act in accordance with your feelings. Obviously, you don't want to be purely driven by feelings. You have to balance everything out within you. But just don't bury your feelings, please. That's coming through quite strongly, not to bury your feelings, please. Bring them to your awareness so that when you do act, you're acting with all the right information. Because the way I said it initially, it came across as me saying you should be really feelings driven with your actions, and that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, just make sure you're aware of your feelings so you can balance that with everything else pertaining to the situation, and so you move forward accordingly. Whatever ended here anyway, something stagnated, basically. Something just stopped growing. Whatever situation that is for you, something just stopped growing. And that's why someone had to put a 10 of Swords in it, why it had to end. But there's beautiful, beautiful healing energy available to you. And you get there via self-compassion, self-care, looking after yourself. All right. Gentle strength. This card of just like a gentle strength, not overbearing. You know, I say that as a way of don't be overbearing towards yourself, okay? Like, don't be harsh on yourself. Yeah. Okay, moving on now to Libra. What's up for my lovely Libras? Hi Libra, how you doing? If so inclined, please like the reading, share it, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It does help me pick up on your energy. Thanks for all your lovely comments since I've started the channel up again. And just take the cards as guidance, as a prompt for your own intuition, not as anything set in stone, hard and fast. Okay, Libra, please. Reverse Fool, resistance to a new beginning. How many other signs have I said that for now? I think you're probably about the 3rd. Tell me more about Libra. Yeah, resistance to a new beginning in love, for sure, with the Ace of Cups. Some of you might be finding that your psychic ability is coming online. Yeah, Ace of Cups is a card of psychic ability. But you're like, no, this isn't happening. It is. With the Ace of Cups there. It is. You're finding it hard to trust in it, but it is. Or you're finding it hard to trust in a new romantic situation. Tell me more for Libra, please. Yeah, okay. Okay. Definitely what I said about some of your psychic abilities coming online. The High Priestess is probably the most psychic card in the deck. And then your King of Swords comes along for the ride and is like, hang on a minute, let's just think about this. Like, are you sure? Are you sure this is happening? Like, really? Really? I just had a dream and then in reality, like, that happened? Don't be so silly, it's just a coincidence. I don't think so. It's not a coincidence. Whatever psychic shit you're experiencing at the moment, it's real. Yeah. It's real. Similarly, if this is a love situation for you, your intuition, your intuition is like, hell yeah, and then the thinking part of your brain is like, are we sure? But you know, it's good to have these two in balance. Use both of these energies to your advantage, Libra. Like, neither one of these is right, neither one of these is wrong. It's about balancing these two energies. This is nice. It's nice to see these two energies alongside this. It's good. It's a good way of processing this shit. It is. balancing your intellect, your logical thinking with your instinct. It's beautiful, actually, Libra. I mean, what else I don't think you need any advice or anything. It's just lovely. I'll get you one more card if you want. But I can't really think of anything to ask, actually, Libra. I think I'm just going to leave it there for you. I've said it. I've said enough to really that I need to say for one of these short little readings. It's beautiful. Trust it. Like, you know, if you're getting prophetic dreams or like messages from the universe, trust them. Absolutely trust them. They're there. They're not just coincidences. All right. Gemini. What's up for you, Gemini? Hi, Geminis. How you doing? Feel free to like, share and subscribe and all that. And comment. I love your comments more than anything. Oh, you're trying to distract yourself because something's looking like it could end. You're contemplating the ending of something, but you don't really want to be thinking about it. You're distracting yourself from it with the Eight of Pentacles here. Please use these card pulls just to prompt your own instincts and thoughts, okay? Nothing is hard and fast set in stone. I'm not here to give you definitive advice or definitive predictions in a collective reading, okay? Just had to get that blurb out the way. You don't want to face... Yeah, you don't want to face... Look, he's turning away. He's turning away. The man in the Eight of Pentacles is turning away from this pain. And this pain that's associated with an ending that I don't know if this ending's come about. Tell me more about this ending, please. Tell me more about this ending for Gemini, please. Magician. No, it's not happening. No, it's not something that's happening, but it's something that's... It's kind of at the back of your mind, but you're very much keeping yourself busy, possibly with work, possibly with preparations for Christmas, something like that. Hammering away, pushing it all to the back of your mind. You don't want to think about it. You certainly don't want to take action. But it hurts. It hurts, my loves. Advice for Gemini? I don't really like giving advice, but normally when I ask for advice, I try and give it to you in the form of a question of something to think about. Advice for Gemini. That's too many cards. Thank you. Advice for Gemini, please. Advice for Gemini. Advice for Gemini. Advice for Gemini. Advice for Gemini. Four of Pentacles. Holding back. Which you are doing anyway. The Sun. Holding back. But it's almost like in holding back from facing this situation, it feels like you're holding back your own happiness, your own sun. I hope that makes sense. That's the way it's come through. Yeah. Okay, this is just a brief little energy check-in, so I am going to leave it there for you. You've got Ace of Pentacles. I'm terrible at leaving it there. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It's like you're preventing new opportunities coming your way by not facing this situation, by trying to avoid this pain, by not taking the right action. I hope that means something to you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful. I mean, I can't speak. I'm going to move on to Pisces now. All right, Pisces. What have we got for Pisces, please? This cup of tea has been sat here for 40 minutes. I haven't touched it since I started. What have we got for Pisces, please? What have we got for Pisces? What have we got for Pisces? What have we got for Pisces? What have we got for Pisces, please? Pisces. All right, Pisces. Please just take these cards as something that prompts your own thinking and intuition, okay? Don't take it as anything set in stone or hard or fast advice. Don't do that. Don't do that based off some random woman on the internet pulling cards, even if she is good at it. Who had this in combination? No, it wasn't combination. Seven of Pentacles is a stagnancy. something grew and grew and grew, and it was beautiful. God, it was beautiful. Then it stopped. So why did it stop? In fact, what was it? What was growing and why did it stop? What was growing? What was growing? Thank you. The moon, the moon, the moon, the moon. That makes no sense. The moon was growing. The moon was growing. The moon reversed was growing. So it's coming out. Okay. Coming out from under the moon. So that's an energy of letting go of illusions, letting go of delusions, getting to know yourself, getting to know the parts of yourself that you keep hidden, that you don't necessarily like to look at, what some people call the shadow self. I would like to point out the shadow self is not just the bad bits of you that you bury. We do bury good bits of ourselves as well down there. You've been doing work to look at that, Pisces. This is your card as well. Anyway, showing up in your own reading. You've been doing work to look at that, but that work's hit a wall. Maybe it's quite right that it's hit a wall. You can only bring up so much out from under a moon at once. You have to take pauses. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles, please. Eight of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. No. Get another card to make sense of this. Why the Seven of Pentacles? Why did it hit the Seven of Pentacles? Ah, you thought you were done. You thought you were finished. You thought you'd dealt with everything that had to be dealt with. You've job done. Job done. Job done, Natasha. I disagree. I think there's more to look at. However, I think it's perfectly appropriate to take pauses from doing that sort of thing. It's just that I can see a Nine of Cups is available to you. Nine of Cups is knowledge of what brings you pleasure, what brings you bliss. It does almost feel a bit self-indulgent, but it's kind of just beautiful. You know, what can I do for myself that really brings me pleasure and joy? I don't think you've quite found that out yet. And I think if and when you carry on this work, you will truly get in touch with what brings you pleasure and joy. And that's why this has come up in your reading, to kind of prompt your thinking in that direction. But I can see you've put a lot of work in already, Pisces. So well done. Yeah. All right. I hope that helps. I'm going to move on to Scorpio. Hey, my Scorpios, how are you? Hope you're doing all right. Thanks for being here. Please like, share, subscribe and all that nonsense if you don't mind. It helps the algorithms. It helps the channel grow. Comment too, because I love your comments. Just bear in mind these cards are just to prompt your own thinking, prompt your own intuition. It's nothing hard and fast, set in stone predictions or advice, okay? I don't do that. I don't do that. It's irresponsible in a collective reading. Okay, Scorpio. Ooh, I thought that was one card. So we've got a reverse Nine of Wands and a Knight of Cups. Oh, Scorpio. Coming out of an energy of defensiveness and opening up into giving your cup of love to someone, opening up into an energy of vulnerability. It's really lovely. Really nice to see. Towards who? Oh, what's that? Five of Pentacles. That actually kind of fell out. That did fall out in a way that was a bit unconvincing, to be fair. I see it more as attached to the Nine of Wands. Cup of love towards who or what? Who is Scorpio opening up towards? Oh, you Scorpios and your blooming Seven of Cups. Oh, you're blooming opening up towards everyone and everything. It's a bit scattered. It's that scattered Scorpio energy. Good Lord. I get in trouble when I get this energy on the table, I tell you. Just like you get in trouble when you get it in your life, Scorpio. Oh, you Scorpios. No. Yes and no. yes, it's there, but you know how to deal with it because it's come out alongside a hermit, and the hermit's quite slow and careful about the direction that he moves in, he or she, doesn't matter who you are. So yes, it's that typical Scorpio scatteredness that I am seeing coming through. When it comes to giving your cup of love towards someone or something, when it comes towards being open and vulnerable with someone. But it's beautifully tempered, actually, by the energy of the Hermit that's come out. So well done. And, you know, like, I think it's really beautiful to see you being this open and vulnerable, and it feels healthy. And it is off the back of past loss, past feelings of abandonment. But it's like you found that sense of openness in yourself again. Because you know you can pace yourself and take it a bit slowly, despite that kind of scattered, jittery feeling that does accompany it. But because you're so aware of this, like, I feel like the Hermit's really guiding you here to walk on the right path, basically. Take your Knight of Cups down the right path. Oh, it's lovely, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it there for you. All right, that is so nice to see. Finally, it's Cancer. Hi Cancer, how are you? I hope you're alright. Please like, share and subscribe and all that nonsense if you feel like it, if you remember. Just helps the channel grow, and it's just nice for me as a reader. Also comments if you want, because I love your comments. What have we got here? The Nine of Wands. I didn't put it back in the right way. I didn't put any of these cards back in the right way. What am I doing? Just bear in mind it's a collective reading, alright? Not every single message is for you, and please just take what I say, take the cards as being prompts to your own thoughts and intuition, okay? I'm not here to tell you what to do. Alright, Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. What have we got for Cancer, please? Thank you. Ooh, the Six of Wands, marching towards victory, victorious, success. But also being seen, being willing to be seen. Tell me more, please. Tell me more. Oh, my hair. Tell me more for Cancer, please. Tell me more for Cancer, please. The Queen of Cups. Nice. A bit psychic, the Queen of Cups. Some of you could be quite psychic at the moment. You could be tarot readers yourself. No, what's that Eight of Swords come out for? What's that Eight of Swords come out for? We don't need that. Not next to a beautiful Six of Wands and a Queen of Cups. Yeah, alright then, what's going on? Feeling of stuckness. Feeling of stuckness, but there's a determination in you. And a confidence in you to deal with it. It's like, okay, I've been here before. Eight of Swords energy is difficult energy. Alongside the Ten of Wands, it's, you know, one of my least favourite cards to pull. You know, like, all the cards have something to tell us. There's no such thing as good cards and bad cards. I don't know. This is a fucking difficult energy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything like that, because it's life. The deck represents life, and life isn't always pretty. It's a feeling of stuckness. I feel like you've felt stuck before. Your situation here necessarily isn't the same as what you've experienced before, but the feeling of stuckness, the energy here, I feel like I'm looking at a Cancer who has pretty good tools to deal with it, pretty good drive to deal with it, pretty confidence, pretty good confidence to deal with it. Yeah, and it sort of feels a bit like, I don't care what anyone thinks. And then, you know, this is just balanced with knowing your own emotions, knowing where your emotions stem from. But I also see this as quite an outward energy as well. Somehow it's like, oh, okay, like it feels like the drive to get out of this stuck energy, it's connected with being of service to others. But in a way where you get seen for a lot of you. I don't know. For a lot of you, I feel like it's putting yourself out there in some way. You know, like how I'm doing here on this channel. Or going to an open mic night, or speaking up in a meeting or a public meeting or something like that. It's got that energy about it, and that sort of helps you get out of your own stuckness in a way, because it reminds you of your purpose. It feels like your purpose is connected to kind of just improving shit for other people in some way, that loving energy that you are sending outwards with the Queen of Cups here. Which is an odd way of reading the Queen of Cups, I will admit, especially because she's looking that way, but it's the way it's coming through, so I'm not going to argue with it. Hope that makes sense to you, alright? Just a quick 5-10 minute job. You're my last ones, Cancer, so I always linger a bit. Anyway, no, I'm going to go. Yeah, thanks very much for being here, and I'll catch you next time.